Right now, it's Doc Braccio Day, and Regional Psychological Services, drjohnb.com on the web. A little self-help for you. Do you wake up? Do you get a win-win attitude right away in the morning? You got to kind of ease into that. Do you ever get a win-win attitude, and what is it? Doc Braccio's with us now. Good doctor. Hey, what's up, Doc? Good morning.
Well, good morning. Nice talking to you. And in life, really, Mike, there are too many people who live a life where everything is competitive. They see every event and situation as a win-lose or zero-sum situation with a winner and a loser. Well, having a clear winner may be reasonable in sporting events and even fair competition for a specific job where skills and talents are evaluated in the decision process. If we exclude those kinds of situations, most situations we encounter in life are best dealt with a win-win perspective. This means the goal of negotiating or bargaining is that each person gains some of what they desire to the level of being satisfied. There is not a winner and a loser, but two winners. Now, this requires maturity and a desire to negotiate fairly with a goal of everyone being satisfied. In such a situation, both persons are willing to give up something to get something in return. The end result is both have a level of satisfaction and future negotiating will be much easier to occur. Positive mental health outcome is that persons who want to live in a world of win-win interactions with people are usually better liked by others and are comfortable with themselves. For clarification, we're not talking about people who just give in and often have anger and resulting anger and depression because they don't, get what they desire in life. No, we're talking about well-balanced persons who try to be team players and interactions, with others. And I might add, this doesn't mean this can always occur. There are going to be times that people just can't agree on something, and that's okay too if they do it with the right attitude. But examples of win-win situations would be equally sharing duties in a household, further education for employees that gives them incentive to stay with the company in spite of a risk of them leaving and makes them more valuable employees, okay? Dividing a business territory where each will offer services and not attempt to knock out the other one. Fairly sharing expenses in all endeavors. Determining not to dominate conversations and use active listening for fair and better communication. Sharing work fairly in the workplace and with fellow employees and dividing up responsibilities fairly between owners of a company. Now, general outcomes, Mike, of win-win interactions would be that everyone has some success and is a winner. No one feels overwhelmed or treated unfairly by someone. Relationships are much better. Success is shared. Opportunities for further advancement for all often occurs through the outcomes of win-win interactions, and better mental health for persons who do not have the desire to dominate and control others with a zero-sum outlook on life. Now, this really, if you live a life this way, it can be a lot easier for you and everybody around you. You're really not trying to dominate anybody, and you're really acknowledging there's more than just what you're competing for, if you will, or what you want. There's plenty out there, okay, in most cases. And you just try to get a win-win where each gets something, each can walk away, can shake hands or however they want to leave and just feel good, move forward. But the zero-sum or have to dominate and control and win everything, that's not really a way to lead a happy life. You certainly don't make many friends. And those people often are not liked and who he wants to be with. So there's, again, nothing wrong with competing, nothing wrong with driving a hard bargain, but the main thing in win-win situations is that each is a winner, each gets some of what they desire, if not all, and just move forward. That's kind of a good way to live a life.
That's the art of negotiation right there. This is what you're kind of getting to. This the idea of a win-win. You have to, going into anything, don't you? Well, first of all, how do you learn this stuff? Is it from your parents? Is it from your environment? Is it from a school? Is it books? How do you become a win-win negotiator?
I think it can include all of those. I think a lot of it though is a person can see their parents, they see winners, they see how things work. Okay, they realize like something as simple as I'll cut your grass for $5. Okay, I mean the each side wins in that situation. Okay, you get the $5, the person gets their grass cut. Okay, now if you're there arguing with the person and not, not even negotiating, but just saying no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it for this amount, or there's just no willingness to talk. And I'm just kind of taking a simple example. Then you may on either end of that you may not get the job or get the work done, and you're going to, no one's going to come over and want to cut your grass, okay? Or you're not going to be wanting a particularly difficult person to come and get the grass. So it's really trying to find things where people can both agree to something, get an agreement, like, I'd like you to do this, are you willing to do this? And the person is, and you talk about it, okay? Or it can be a business thing where you want to have one area of a city where you're going to offer a product, okay? And then if two people can agree that they're each going to be in a certain region and not try to knock out the other one, it could be really anything in life. I mean, I think you learn this. If successful people live in a win-win world because they may compete, and they may compete in a strong way, but they're not trying to destroy someone, and they're not trying to always have to win, because there can be plenty of pie. You don't have to have it all, okay? There can be plenty of work. But a lot of people don't realize that they enter in, it can be anything. It can be in a marriage, it can be in a selling situation, it can be with coworkers. It's just trying to be fair, trying to find where each person has some dignity and can win and feel like a winner. And that doesn't mean in life you're going to really, you might get more in certain situations with this zero-sum battle, okay? But in the long run, it's going to wear you out physically, and it's going to lead to problems in interactions with people. So that's not a good way to live a life.
You know where the tinier win-win negotiations come in? You ever go to, like, if you're in another country and they have like a village market, outdoor market or something, everybody's haggling on price.
Yes.
And, they're going to start at a higher price because they know they're going to come down. And you're going to start low. You got to find that what is this worth to me actually, and what am I willing? And you got to be willing to walk away as well.
That is right. You got to recognize there are times that you really can't make a deal, and that's okay too, as long as people are negotiating in good faith and trying to work things. But if the goal is to really kind of have two winners, each get something, and they're satisfied, and it can mean something. It can be something really as simple as in a home, sharing responsibilities, but it's kind of that feeling where I feel good, you feel good, and that really best works when people enter into discussions, negotiations with the honest goal of each being able to walk away being satisfied that they each got the deal, they each have something that makes them feel good. And again, we're not talking about people that just cave and do anything someone wants, because they're going to be unhappy people with a lot of anxiety, depression, and just a lot of anger, a lot of things going on. So it's something you learn in the course of life, really. Working with others, Mike.
Dr. John Braccio, Regional Psychological Services. drjohnb.com on the web. Get a win-win going in your life and everything. Doc, we're up on time. We got to get going. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Bye-bye.